Hi guys, this is a quick video. Ah, that lovely baby. This is a quick video just to tell you my thoughts at the moment. Oh, it's very busy here, so I have to be careful. The video today is called, well, I don't know what to call it, but I'm a loser. And why I'm a loser. I think in the eyes of the world, or in the eyes of normal people in society, I am a loser. And people are polite enough not to say it. Not everyone. A lot of people have said I'm a loser, or words to that effect, you know, that mean, have the same meaning, you know, I'm a loser, I'm nothing, and so I suppose I have to agree that I am a loser. And you know, how am I a loser? Well, I haven't been able to work all my life. I've lived off the dole for a few years. Out of the 40 years, maybe 5 years. But all the other times I've lived off my parents, my mum and dad. Yeah, I've given my mum and dad back my life, but and I've looked after my parents and everything, but in the eyes of the world, you know, I'm a loser. I'm a loser because I had social anxiety, I had depression and mental health problems, and although some people can be empathetic, deep down maybe they think, yeah, well, I'll never say it, but he is a loser. I just wonder, are there any advantages to being a loser? Not many. You know, when you know that the world thinks about you that way. When I say world, I mean society. You know, the society sees you that way, and you can't blame them. You can't say, no, I'm not a loser. You know, I can't change the way people think, or I shouldn't try to change. You know, they either accept you or they don't. And if they don't accept you, you know, there are reasons why they don't accept you. If you're not, you know, a productive member of society, a person that doesn't work, you know, you need a hand up, somebody to lift you up from that pit. But if you can't get up, you always need somebody to lift you up. And so that takes effort, that takes money, it takes away from society. Society could be doing something else, you know. So what do you do? What do you give society? What do you give other people? I suppose I spend money at the supermarket, and so I'm a customer, so I give something back that way. I give people a smile. I try to make these videos and hopefully, you know, make people laugh, or either people laugh at me, with me, or I give them some kind of value, I don't know. So my mum and dad loved me, so at least I gave them my life, even though I still have regrets, you know, like I didn't, because of mental health problems, I didn't give them a grandchild or grandchildren. I didn't get married like to an Italian woman, you know, the way they would have wanted me. Although they didn't push me to marry an Italian woman, I know that's what they wanted, and I couldn't give them that. When I did get not married, when I did not shack up, but when I did find a girlfriend, she was from Guyanese, not Ghana, Africa, but Guyanese, like the South America, that kind of a place. And I remember my parents said, "Oh, if you love her, that's the most important thing." But I know they weren't happy. I mean, they were happy for me, but it was from a woman from a different culture and everything. But they treated her really nice. But then it didn't work out, and she kept my daughter from my parents and used my daughter against me. And so I messed up there, finding a woman, a good woman, a woman that would at least not use my daughter or any of my children against my parents. And so I messed up there. Couldn't even get a proper girlfriend. Couldn't get married because I had social anxiety. When I got a girlfriend, I made her pregnant, and then didn't work all those years. I didn't work. So for years, my parents had to say, "Oh, God knows what do they have to say." I mean, I think that when they went to see, I don't know, other relatives and stuff like that, they're always going to ask, "Oh, what's Gerald doing?" And they always have to say, "Oh, well, he's God knows what." They probably lied and said, "Oh, he's doing some kind of job, works at the supermarket or whatever." And I used to hate it, seeing the family members, the relatives. "Gerald, what are you doing now? You got a girlfriend?" Didn't want to lie, so I found it difficult because the answer wasn't a good answer. It was embarrassing. "No, I don't have a girlfriend. No, I don't have a job." "But what do you want to do?" "I don't know." So I suppose, as I said, I'm a loser. But I was a loser even when I was born. When you'll understand what I mean. I lost, even before I was born, I was a loser, actually. Because my mum didn't want me. Because my mother, she's from Chile. She didn't want me because, her boyfriend, the Spanish guy, he impregnated her, and then he decided to piss off and go back to Spain, leaving her with the baby. And in 1967, at that time, apparently, she felt it difficult to look after a baby without, not being, out of wedlock, as they say. And so she gave me away. My parents were really happy, my Italian parents, because they couldn't have kids. My mum couldn't have kids. So I was like a blessing to them, like a treasure. But then afterwards, she shacked up with a guy from Ghana. This time it was Ghana, an African guy, and had a kid with him and kept the kid like 2 years later. So it wasn't shameful then. But mind you, I think she doesn't like, I don't know, maybe she doesn't like white people or something. Because every time I see her, she was into like Eddie Murphy and these black comedians and stuff. Never talked about like white guys or English people or anything. I don't know. Yeah, and the switched on psychology student will say, "Oh, now I know, I see why you're a little bit racist." No, you don't know nothing. Actually, the guy, I've met him, my half brother, he's a really nice guy. So, nothing against him or black people. People try to psychoanalyze me. You don't know anything. Yeah, it makes sense, but no, that's not right. That's not the case with me. If I'm pissed off with some black guy, it's because like some black guy comes up and goes, "Give me your fucking money." That's the only reason. It's not because like, oh, I was rejected by my mum and then she took on another son who's black. No, that's not it. If it was it, I would say it, but it's not. Well, anyway, what was I saying? Loser, yeah. Apparently, before I was born, she was taking some pills or something to try to get rid of me. Obviously, it didn't work. Maybe that's why I'm so fucked up. Messed around with my little fetus body or whatever whilst I was in there. Let me just take this light off. It's too dark. Yeah, so, and then at 9 days of age, I stayed with my mum for 9 days in the hospital, I think, and then she got rid of me. Well, gave me to my mum and dad, my Italian mum and dad. I think I've been a loser ever since. Maybe I knew that I was rejected at birth. Somehow I knew inside. Maybe I felt rejected. Could it be that I knew all the time and I grew up to be a shy boy, really shy, and I had these problems? The shyness morphed into erythrophobia. I was afraid to be red. I became red, embarrassed, which morphed into social phobia, which is now called social anxiety. You know, and I think I have some ADHD or something, a spectrum disorder. I could never finish something. I always go on to something else. It becomes too difficult, and so yeah, I'm a loser because I can't do anything. I can't do a job. I can't get excited about anything. Initially, I think I get really excited and then it goes down. Like a normal person will kind of get excited and then it levels off. With me, everything is like intense, but that intensity can't be kept up. So what do I do with this? You know, if I say, oh, okay, well, I admit I'm a loser. A lot of people have told me here on YouTube. You might call them trolls, but there is an element of truth. What happens if I see myself as a loser? It's not very good for my ego, I suppose, but maybe it is a good thing to batter that ego a little bit and just realize that I am, as they say, a loser. So instead of feeling sad about it, just admit it. And it's okay for me to admit it. Other people will say, oh, yeah, you know, you shouldn't talk like that. Why not? I think there are some good points to being a loser. I mean, I'm an introvert, and so I'm more sensitive. Other things, you know, I can't do any DIY because when I was a kid, I tried to help my dad do something, and because, you know, he was like tired of work and stuff like that, he didn't have the time to teach me. So he would say, no, Jero, hold the stairs. So I'll be just holding the stairs there and giggling, and he'd be fixing the plumbing, or he'd be fixing something. I never learned because I always thought, oh, I'm not good at DIY because my daddy, he always gets pissed off with me when I try. Even up to today, I don't do any DIY. I think I'm not good at it. My wife does some of it. And there's lots of things to do in the house, so I have to try and do it now. I have to change my way of thinking. I'm not blaming my dad. That's the way things are. You know, I have to move on from that little child being scolded for trying to ask him to do some DIY, changing the plug or something, and then the only thing I'm good for is holding the stairs. Like, that's the way that child thinks, and that inner child still thinks that way. So imagine someone who's good enough just to hold the stairs is a loser. I'm a loser in so many ways, from A to Z. This channel, I can't keep it up. No, it's not that I can't keep it up. It's that ADHD thing. I feel that I've got no happiness anymore doing the channel, and I have to move on to something else or need a break. it's that thing again. It always follows. It's on the back burner, and then it it wakes up and it comes to the fore, and it tells me, it says to me, or whispers to me, or nags me, or whatever. It says, "Is this your purpose? What you were born to do? Is this your purpose in life?" And the answer always is no. I didn't come to this planet to be on YouTube, and so the answer is pisses me off because I know. So then it kind of says, well, you're wasting your time. Go and do what you're supposed to be here for. And it's always that bloody elixir of life stuff, alchemy. Yeah, so I should just give in and just do it, even though I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not going to make any money out of it. I don't know. I suppose I can be philosophical about it and say, yeah, I am a loser. I am, compared to other people, I'm stupid. I'm silly. I am not intelligent. When people talk, they're so smart. They're so quick. I feel that I'm dull compared to them. I'm not cool. I'm slow. I don't even know jokes. I don't understand. Sometimes I see TV, I watch the TV, and I don't understand the punchline of jokes. I don't understand. I do understand sarcasm, but it's just not funny. It's not. I don't know. I've got to the point where I can't watch anything. Like, I go to see my friend and I have to be in control of what I watch. It's weird, isn't it? We watch Man About the House, or we watch some Hammer House of Horror movie or something, but I have to be in control of what it is because I feel safe knowing that I've seen it. Like, she might want to choose something from the 90s or a modern film or something, and I don't want to. And that causes me stress just thinking about having to watch some woke stuff or some new modern film. Or so it's as if like I need to have a safe, not a safe space, yeah, a safe space. Even when I'm watching, I have to know what I'm watching, whereas she's normal. She says, well, I'll watch anything, I don't mind. I says, are you sure you don't mind? She says, yeah, I don't mind. You can put anything on, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, so I think that's part of that ADHD stuff as well. Films, I just don't like watching films unless I know what they are. But I suppose if I'm watching a program on health, or say a program that talks about health, then I'll watch it. But something that I've picked out myself, if she or another person picks out a program, I have to watch it. I don't want to watch it. Oh, I'm really set in my ways. Oh, I have to become more flexible. Yeah, and I feel I'm selfish, you see. Why can't I just watch something that she wants to watch? I can't. And you see, that sounds like really selfish. So I'm a loser then. I'm a loser in almost every area. I tried to get married and I knew I didn't want to get married. Even before I got married, I told my soon-to-be wife, I don't want to get married. I had to get married just to keep the baby because I didn't want anything to happen to the baby, any abortion or anything like that. And in China at the time, you had to get married. She told me you have to get married, otherwise it looks bad. The child growing up, going to school. I thought, oh, okay, all right then. Get married for the sake of the child. It's funny how those children, those girl children, hate me because society, their mum, whatever, woke society told them that I'm a dinosaur, I'm racist, I'm sexist, I'm evil, I'm a loser. And yet, if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be alive. Not in the sense where that I inseminated their mother, or, inseminated, is that the right word? I'm such a loser, I don't even know the word. I impregnated them, is that the right word? But on both occasions, I was not bullied into, because I didn't get married with the first like the ex-girlfriend, but she like put me under pressure. She became pregnant. We became pregnant. I was busy for about 2 days and I wasn't living with her. I was living with my parents. She was living with her parents and she got pregnant. I think it was 2 or 3 days. And then she wanted to have an abortion. And because she didn't see me for about 2 or 3 days, she went to ask her brother and her mother, should she have an abortion? And I got really pissed off. I said, well, shouldn't you ask me? So then I said to her, no, I don't want you to have an abortion. I want you to keep the child. I don't want to have anything to do with any bloody abortion. I don't know what she said. Maybe she was saying, "Oh, but we're not married," stuff like that. I said, "Don't worry, it will work out. We'll try and, I just saying anything just to make sure the child, there's no abortion. That's with my ex, and then with my wife. Yeah, if I didn't get married, child would have been aborted. So fucking blackmail twice. So, but in both occasions, I was the one who really worked hard to keep those girls who have grown up to hate me from being killed. And just to tell you what kind of loser I am, you know, and I'm the one who's hated. Even the loser with my dogs. I can't look after my dogs. I don't have the money to look after them. I don't have this emotional or mental strength. I really don't know what I'm going to do in my life. It's like I've got no way out. So anyway, yeah, that's just to talk about me being a loser. I'm a loser. That's why I'm a loser. I suppose, even though I'm a loser, I can be happy about, not about being a loser, but when you maybe accept that you're a loser, you're nothing, you can then, you're starting from how do you say, from the bottom level, the basement level, and you're free. Your ego's shattered. And so you can build your ego up. Like what they do to like men in the army, they just completely destroy their self-esteem, their ego, and build them up. I got no one to build me up. There's a Taoist sentence, I think, or a poem that kind of explains exactly how I feel. It's one of the verses of the Tao Te Ching. Yeah, I'll show it to you now. Yeah, that's how I feel. So I kind of embrace my loserness, my whatever it's called, my I'm useless. I'm useful for a while and then useless. But again, I take some ideas from the Taoism. There's a story in the Chuangzi, and it talks about the useless tree, and all the trees, those beautiful trees, they're healthy and they're straight, and all of them will be cut down for wood because they make good wood. But there's that one tree that's ugly. It's all nobbled up and wobbly and dry and looks terrible. It won't be cut down because it's useless. So the useless tree survives because nobody wants it. So maybe it's something to ponder on or meditate upon.